Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Sukaja. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you. The book we're going to be talking about is Wuthering Heights by Emily Brontë. I'm an English major, and yes, I took a while to get to this book. I had previously read and really enjoyed Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë, and I have even visited the Museum of the Bronte's house in Haworth, West Yorkshire. But never really came around to picking up this particular book, and because the movie is coming up and which is causing a lot of buzz because it has an amazing star cast, and the trailer has been creating a bit of controversy as well among staunch literature lovers because it's very different from what anybody expected. So in view of that, I decided to give this a read, and I have to report, man, this was a bit of a drag to get through. This book for me is not on the highest rated classics of all time that I've read at all. This man is living in this particular place for a short period of time, and he is Mr. Lockwood. So he's the person who we kind of get to know the story from. He's like a listener, and he's hearing the story of what happened many years ago from a housekeeper named Mrs. Dean. Mrs. Dean and Lockwood, right? So they're sitting several fireside chats, and the story is being narrated. Problem that I had with this is that it was really boring at multiple points and nothing much was happening. Alright, the beginning was really interesting. The first 3 chapters were super gothic. I really liked that part. There were like aspects of ghosts and the haunting qualities of things. All of that was very evident, but I did not like that it was a real drag to get through after that because I wasn't invested. Like, I just couldn't feel like this was the greatest love story of all time. You know, people really put these characters on a pedestal. But oh my god, the Heathcliff that you get in this is a monster. He is very primitive and basal, and I did not find anything appealing about the hero, right? Heathcliff, and you have our heroine, Catherine. And it gets confusing at points because there are multiple Catherines and multiple Lintons, right? So Catherine's family name is Linton, and the person that she gives birth to is again named Catherine, if I'm not wrong. So they name the kids the same thing, and that makes it very confusing. I had to reference a family tree of sorts to kind of really come to terms with what I was reading. It became more about the children's love stories, like the offspring of Heathcliff and the offspring of Catherine getting together versus Heathcliff and Catherine actually getting together in their real lives. And you know, Emily Brontë is pretty brutal. She just kills off characters like this. So I had a problem with that as well. Just when the character was getting fleshed out and really like interesting and you want to kind of know what happens, but then she kills them off. So I was like, why? Right? So those were my qualms, my pet peeves about this book. And would I read it again? No, I wouldn't. Do I think you're missing out if you're reading this? No, I don't. There are readers who are putting up certain lines and quotes from this book, how Catherine and Heathcliff identify as one and the same. All that is well and good. There are very few lines in this book that are that quotable. That is my take on Wuthering Heights. I was so relieved to be done finally reading this book. I'm so sorry if this is your favorite book. I don't mean to kind of rip it apart, but it just so happened that this is not my cup of tea. Even the end was just like, some of these characters are super flat. Like, I didn't find them interesting at all. Like, for instance, there's this guy called Hareton, and there's Hindley, and then there's this Linton guy, right, whom Catherine, the offspring of Catherine, falls in love with. But Hindley is just so flat, and so is Catherine. So I'm like, why do I want to know about whether the kids get together or not? I don't want to know that. And the cousins, right? That's even weird. So first cousins, but like they will get together. Anyway, I'm done ranting about this. I think I've said everything that I feel. I'm sorry if there were spoilers in this, but y'all needed to hear it from somebody for sure. In the end, again, there is a bit of gothicness, but I didn't feel like it came out really like either this should be a gothic novel or it should be a realist romance. It's trying to be a bit both, and that's where there is a problem because it's not doing well on either front. And there was so much dialogue at different parts of this book, and I was like, I could watch a play instead. Why am I reading a novel? Yes, initially you do have respect for Emily Brontë. As you're reading, you feel like she's brilliant and there's so much originality, imagination. But after the first, I think, 100 pages, things just fizzle out. And I, for one, just couldn't have my interest peaked beyond that point. And the chapters were just getting really long and monotonous. So That was my take on Wuthering Heights by Emily Brontë. If you read this book, let me know in the comments what you actually thought and if anything of what I said resonated with you. I'd be open to hearing multiple perspectives, always open for that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more content. In the meantime, stay safe, stay sane. Happy reading. Bye.